What if a Tyrannosaurus rex, the apex predator of the late Cretaceous, appeared right now in the middle of New York City? No warning, no experiment gone wrong, no time to prepare, just one of the most dangerous creatures in Earth's history, dropped into the heart of modern civilization. What happens next? What? At first, it's confusion. It always is. People don't run when they see something impossible. They freeze. Times Square, 8:42 a.m., morning rush, screens flashing ads, horns blaring, phones out, then a sound, not a gunshot, not thunder, a deep low roar that rolls through the air like pressure from a storm. Windows vibrate, car alarms go off, and suddenly people start running. Standing between the skyscrapers is a shadow that shouldn't exist. 40 feet of muscle, teeth, and fury, Tyrannosaurus rex. It blinks, confused by the glass towers that rise higher than any tree it's ever seen. Its nostrils flare as the smells of fuel, metal, and thousands of humans hit its senses. For the first time in 66 million years, the king of the dinosaurs is alive again. Before we get to what happens next, we need to understand what this creature really was. T-Rex wasn't just a big reptile. It was a product of perfect evolution for killing on land. Over 12 meters long, weighing nearly 9 tons. Its bite force, over 35,000 newtons, strong enough to crush bone and steel like barriers. Each step carried the weight of a truck. Its vision was binocular, sharper than a hawk's, and its sense of smell could detect prey from miles away. To the T-Rex, Manhattan would feel like a new jungle full of noise, heat, and movement. The first to die wouldn't be soldiers, it would be civilians. The streets would jam instantly, bridges locked, cars abandoned, helicopters scramble above Central Park where the creature's already moving. Every roar echoes off the buildings, magnified by concrete canyons. For a predator evolved in open plains, the city's echoes would confuse it, but instinct takes over: move, hunt, strike, and it starts feeding. At 8:57 a.m., police drones catch the first close image, the T-Rex ripping apart a delivery truck. Sirens blare across 5 boroughs. The government declares a level 5 biological threat. Traffic cameras capture people sprinting through smoke and debris. News outlets go live. Hashtags explode worldwide. In less than 15 minutes, humanity's most advanced city has turned into a prehistoric hunting ground. Military response teams mobilize. Jets are ordered to circle Manhattan, but there's a problem. The creature is deep among skyscrapers, and missile impact would kill thousands. Snipers can't get a clear shot. Tanks can't move through gridlocked streets. It's chaos with no playbook. Because how do you stop something built to kill everything before humans existed? If you want to see how the modern world collapses under one impossible what if, subscribe to Lost Timeline. Every episode dives into scenarios just like this, where science, history, and imagination collide to show what the past would do to us today. Back to New York. At 9:12 a.m., the T-Rex reaches Times Square. It's surrounded by reflections of itself on massive LED screens, hundreds of moving, flashing images of its own head roaring back. It attacks the glass walls in confusion. The impact sends shockwaves through the plaza. Power cuts across several blocks. Helicopters hover above, broadcasting the impossible. People below scatter like insects. The military authorizes tranquilizer ordnance, a last attempt before lethal force. Drones fire dart rounds containing carfentanil enough to sedate an elephant in seconds. It takes 5 direct hits to pierce the T-Rex's skin. The creature roars, slamming its tail into a bus, flipping it like paper. Buildings shake. Then silence. The king slows, knees buckle, and it collapses against the TKTS staircase, the most powerful predator in Earth's history, surrounded by neon and broken glass. Scientists rush in. Cameras everywhere. The animal's vitals are stable, but dropping fast. It's breathing, but the city is toxic to it. The air too thick with chemicals, the ground vibrating with constant human noise. In less than an hour, the creature that ruled the world can barely stand in ours. Technology wins, not by strength, but by environment. The same world that created us destroys what came before. But what if they hadn't captured it? What if it had escaped deeper into the city? Let's rewind. Alternate scenario. The tranquilizers miss. The creature breaks north toward Central Park. There, trees, open space, the closest thing to its ancient world. It drinks from the lake, crushing boats beneath its weight. A news chopper gets too close. The T-Rex leaps, jaws snapping, and the helicopter explodes in a wave of fire. The roar that follows shakes windows for miles. Every instinct in the human brain remembers fear older than speech. At 9:45 a.m., the National Guard sets perimeter lines. The plan? Lure it toward the Hudson. If it reaches open water, the Navy can intercept. But the T-Rex is unpredictable. It moves through smoke and chaos like it's hunting fighting in the dark. A bus turns, headlights flash, and that's enough. It charges again. By the time it hits the waterfront, half of Midtown is in ruins. Finally, authorization for lethal force. 3 attack helicopters fire synchronized shots, armor-piercing rounds, directly to the skull and spine. The T-Rex collapses on Pier 84. The world watches live as the creature that once ruled Earth dies again, this time surrounded by skyscrapers instead of ferns. The city falls silent, sirens fade. The air still smells of smoke, fuel, and something else, the scent of extinction repeating itself. Scientists swarm the carcass, samples taken, photos snapped. Some whisper about cloning, others argue for burial. But the truth is simpler. For one brief hour, humanity saw what ruled before it. And even with all our weapons, technology, and power, we barely survived. Reports later estimate the destruction at $12 billion. Casualties, over 4,000. But the numbers mean nothing compared to what they prove. T-Rex wasn't fiction. It was a reminder. A reminder that everything we build stands on bones, and that Earth doesn't forget what it once created. If the king of the dinosaurs appeared today, our cities would become cages, our technology useless in the face of raw evolution. We might win the battle, but only because time is on our side. The T-Rex ruled for millions of years. We've ruled for less than 1% of that. And looking at the ruins of New York, you'd have to wonder which species really learned to survive. In the end, the truth is simple. This is a story that nature never allowed a collision between two worlds that were never meant to meet. Tyrannosaurus Rex was built for the raw laws of survival. We were built to rewrite them, one ruled by instinct, the other by invention. And bringing them together isn't about who would win, it's about realizing how fragile our version of dominance really is. So the question remains, if the T-Rex appeared in New York City, would humanity conquer the monster, or would the king remind us that we were never truly in control? The fossils stay silent, and the answer lives only in our imagination.